Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chad here with Team Panda Kings 34, here to bring you guys a deck profile. As you can see, it's ABC, but it is not ABC Brilliant, and it is not ABC Pure. This is ABCD. D for Destrudo, D for Diagram, D for Masterpiece, because he's going to give you the D. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Let's start over. Here to bring you guys a deck profile, ABCD. I feel this variant, compared to all the other ones, is far superior. Nobody wants to deal with the Buster. Buster being able to tag itself out. Next turn you can go to Link Plays is great. Masterpiece is a headache all by itself, unless it's Kaiju'd. Or if you're dumb and you use traps to whatever, but nobody ever does that. Really love it. I should have played this yesterday at Locals instead of Link Haribo Blue Eyes. That'll be another profile for another day. It's incomplete. I should have it done by next week. I was missing a few Link Monsters, Mathematicians. Like I said, that'll be another day. But I should have played this yesterday. I messed around in time yesterday after my last match got done. Asked a friend if he wanted to play while we were waiting. I played this. He played his Spirals. I completely shit on him. I kid you not. Borload, attack in the sleeper, doesn't target, take the sleeper is like, boom. Like, what just happened? Is this even Yu-Gi-Oh anymore? Like, Borload is stupid good. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. I'll explain ratios, why I play what I play. If you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. Drop a like, do whatever. Anything's appreciated. So let's go ahead and get into this. First, I do run 3 of each. 3A. A, when it leaves the field, you can grab a letter from the graveyard, add it back to your hand. B, I run 3 of. When he leaves the field, grab a letter out of the deck. Not much more need to say about that. And then C, when it leaves the field, special summon a letter from the hand. Or in this case, any of them are unions, but since these are the only union monsters that you run, you'll be grabbing these cards to get into your Buster and go for it. Diagram in this deck really makes these cards live. Diagram is not a hard once per turn like Union Hanger, so if you have like double terraforming and you open up with Union Hanger to get your search to equip, and then you go Diagram, pop those cards and just go off, you can easily get your Buster, your Masterpiece, and maybe even a Link monster to have double Buster if you could do it. It could be done on a first turn, maybe not, but on a second turn, after your opponent can't get over a Buster or get over a Masterpiece, like they're donezo really. So 3 of each letter. I see people run 2. I like 3. I would love to have triple Buster on the board someday with a Masterpiece. That would be lit. Next, double gold. Gold when it's normal, you special summon a machine monster from your hand. When it's destroyed, special summon a silver. Same thing with silver, special summon a machine from your hand, and then when it's destroyed, special summon a gold. Or if it's destroyed in your hand, period, off Diagram. So Diagram also makes those cards very alive. Next is just one of Destrudo. Ancient Fairy play to get your Ancient Fairy to blow up, field spell, gain 1,000, and then special summon a monster from your hand, so you can go into more plays there, which will most likely be Link plays to like Decode Talker, Firewall if you have the necessary materials to do it. Gofu, standard, and then 1 Max C because I like to take the Maxi challenge and I like to draw key cards. And this deck doesn't really have much of a draw engine. It's more of a search, get your beaters out and slay. And then last, Draco engine, double Masterpiece. I've never resolved 2 on 1 field, but it's there just in case. I have room for it. Masterpiece is good. It's easy to get out in this deck. Not much more you need to say about it. So that's it for monsters. I'm going to go ahead and jump into spells now. Card that should be hit to 1. Terraforming. Terraforming is too good. Search out your Diagrams, your Union Hanger. Another card that should go to 1. Diagram. This card makes this deck too good. There's not much more I need to say about that. Search your heritages, search your Masterpiece, and then get your Masterpiece out. And then last is your triple union hanger, search out your pieces, equip your pieces, diagram pop, and then you got 2 pieces in the grave. Like, it's stupid. So basically you're playing 9 copies of diagram. Next, for the the small True Draco engine for spells, double heritage and 1 disciples. The reason why I went this ratio versus 2-2 or 2 in 1 is I like this one a little better. You never really resolve this one, because most of the time you're already going to have a masterpiece and a buster on the field anyway. Mostly it's just there. If you do have 2 of these in a masterpiece or a trap card, then you can recycle it if you need to get the search off diagram to get this. So that's it for the spell card Draco engine. Next, Desire says draw 2. You're running a lot of 3 ofs, 2 ofs. So what are the odds of getting rid of, you know, most of your stuff? Very, very, very small chance. Probably my favorite spell card in the deck, other than diagram, is Cyclone. Get rid of resorts. Get rid of other headache, back row. Most people won't set evenly matched, but if you do, this is a good way to get around it. And then 1 ofs, Regeki, and then Soul Charge, absolutely broken in this deck. Soul Charge is stupid good. There's not much more you need to say about either of those. And then last, I have run three traps, the 1 return, and then double Apocalypse. Apocalypse comes in handy. You rarely tribute summon on your opponent's turn with this build, but it's there for the destruction effect. And then if I have another face-up True Draco card, use its effect to have opponent's attacks on their monsters, and it's permanent until they leave the field. So that's it for the main. That's a 41 card main deck. I like how it runs. It runs very smooth. I rarely brick with it, and most of the time, if you do brick, you'll actually I take that back. You don't really brick in this deck at all. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not even gonna try to explain that. We'll get into the extra deck now. It's probably my favorite part. A lot of good stuff in here. There's one thing I would change is this, I have 2 Tri-Gates. I'd change that to a 2nd Firewall, which I don't have yet. But I do run 2 Tri-Gates just because I don't have another Firewall. So you'll do your triple Cancer. Card's amazing. Opponent's turn, end phase, tag this out, get your 3 pieces, and then you can go link plays from there, and then you can make a buster out of your graveyard. That's so dumb. So stupid. It's too easy to get out. I've actually, yesterday, when I was playing against my buddy for fun, I resolved 2 of those, a Firewall, and 2 of those, a Firewall, a Gear Gaia Giant, and a Borreload, believe it or not. That's how I took his sleeper, was with the Borreload. 1 off the Strudo, your Ancient Fairy. It's a good card. Gain 1,000, blow up the field spells. If you have a dead Union Hanger, blow it up. Gain 1,000, special summon. Tsukiyomi. Tsukiomi's still really good. A lot of people don't run it anymore. Get rid of what you have in your hand. Draw 2. Baguska. Baguska's great. If you got link monsters on the field, slap this bitch down in defense position. They can't do anything. Gear Giant, or Gear Gigant X, whatever his name is. Detach 1 search. And then we'll go links. Double Proxy Dragon. Should be 3, but I don't have room. So double Proxy. The double Tri-Gate, which I would change to a Firewall. Double Decode Talker comes in handy. 1 Firewall and 1 Borreload. This is a really good extra deck I got going on here. Another thing I would change if I could was I would probably cut the Baguska, which I doubt I would, but if I had to make room for Diamond Dire. Diamond Dire is a really good card. It's really good in this deck to bounce stuff back, etc. I just need it. It's just a necessary part for it that I don't have. Do the side deck. Side deck is just whatever you feel like Mine at my locals is I've said this before, there's a lot of pendulum, a lot of spirals. There's now like one or two Draco invoked. That was last, so last format. Like I don't even play that anymore. A couple Blue Eyes guys running around. I'm one of them with the Blue Eyes Link Karibo, which was, it's not done. And a couple Rogue decks. Some guy, he had Cubics. Another guy had Drake Unity. Stuff like that. So I'll jump into that now. Just because it's super easy to get now, I do triple fucking firewall. Or not firewall, sorry, sphere mode. Sphere mode's great. Get rid of 3 monsters your opponent has, and then it comes back to you on your next turn, and use it as a link material. They can't do anything with it. You can't really do anything with it unless you main a raw. If you main a raw, you're a god. So 3 of those. Hand traps. Double Ash Blossom. Her counterpart, Ogre. And the next, double lock. I just feel like it's a standard lineup now with the way things are going in this format. Like, I'm surprised that I'm not maining these, but I don't have room. But the deck plays so well on its own that you don't actually have to main these. If I do main them, it's only when I'm going second, because I really want to see these cards as soon as possible to try to stop whatever my opponent's doing, especially pesky spirals. For the Pendulum matchup, you got the double anti-spell, the double dimensional barrier, and then just threw those in, splashed them in, little splash. Double strike. Strike's still really good. If I change that for anything, will be the evenly matched, which I'll hopefully have next week. That's pretty much it. Really love the deck. I hope you guys take this and build it and make it your own. I would love to see other profiles of this. I don't think I've seen too many. The ones that I have seen were like 2-3 months ago, but they were running the Brilliant engine, which I was doing, but it got to the point where it was actually kind of bricky sometimes. I don't know. It's just a personal thing, personal preference. But yeah, I'd love to see more of this. Go ahead and drop a comment, drop a like, do whatever. I might have messed up on Diamond Eyre's effect. I don't know. I kind of scratching my head when I was saying it, but I do think that it does bounce cards back by detaching. So like, subscribe, please. I want to get my name out there. I'm doing this all for fun. I want you guys to like my content. I want to be one of those guys that can blow up YouTube, and not like Logan Paul or anything like that. The guy's a douche, but other than that, anything helps, guys. I'm gonna log out here. Deuces. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I hope everybody had a Happy New Year. Other than that, I'm out. Later, guys.